Hey guys, welcome to Get Better Project on Friday, April 8th. The level 1 workout for today is 3 rounds for time of 5 right arm banded rows, 5 left arm banded rows, 10 burpees, 20 air squats, and 12 squat jumps. So this workout was developed by my niece Finley, and she wrote this workout and asked if we could program it into the Get Better Project. And we did have a nice space here. So I like how this workout is formulated with the pulling, the cardiovascular work with the burpees, and then we've got kind of this double wonky air squat thing with the squat jumps, but I like it. I think it's interesting. It kind of reminds me of the leg blasters. So the way that I'm gonna approach this one, you only got 3 rounds. The banded rows, you're just gonna be pulling on one arm and pulling on the other arm. The burpees and the 12 squat jumps are gonna be the tricky part here. And if you try and ramp up the intensity on this one, the burpees, 10 of those, not a lot, but it's going to get the heart rate up, and then you're gonna have to control the heart rate on the air squats. And then yes, I kept the squat jumps in here, so you just have to get a little bit off the ground with the squat jumps, but those are going to continue to jack your heart rate up. So hopefully the 10 reps on the rows getting on the second round can lower the heart rate back down before you get back to the burpees. But it's gonna be kind of a tricky one there, and I like how it keeps you a little bit on your toes, a little bit off balance. If you have any questions, let me know. Have fun. For banded rows, you're gonna take a band like this or whatever band you have available to you. You're gonna put it around a solid object that is not going to fall over when you decide to pull on it. Then what you're gonna do is make sure the band is nice and even. From there, you will go into a semi-squat position to give yourself leverage against the band, and your shoulders are gonna be slightly rolled forward. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your chest up nice and high, and you're gonna pull the shoulders and the elbows back as the band is coming towards your abdomen. And you return the band and the shoulders to the forward position, and then you pull back again. The idea is that you're gonna feel like you're trying to squeeze something with your shoulder blades as you pull this. So I'm trying to pull my shoulders down and back as I pull the band towards my abdomen, all right? You could do it, pull the band in different locations, like up or down. Most times though, people have a hard time contracting their lower lats, so I recommend pulling the band down, not down like this, but down with a bent arm towards your abdomen rather than towards your chest, where a lot of people keep tension and have more tendency to pull into this tightening position, and we want to pull down and back for the banded row. For the regular burpees, you are going to take a squat stance, which is basically your squat position, feet slightly wider than hip width, toes slightly externally rotated. You're gonna initiate the burpee actually by pushing your hips back, reaching for the ground, touching the ground, hopping all the way down, coming up onto your knees, hop up onto your squat stance, jump and clap at the top. So we're gonna do a few of these quickly. You can jump into them a little bit more. We're still trying to keep our back as flat as we can, or you could step down, it's fine as well. Step up, jump and clap. Or if these are really not feeling it for you, you could crawl down and crawl up, still trying to keep your back flat, still trying to keep your knees in line with the toes, pressing through the heels as you come up out of the lunge position there. Now I have done all positions of the burpee, even in being in good shape. So it is going to not be any, it doesn't really matter, is what I'm trying to say. If you feel more comfortable doing it one way than the other, do it that way. You don't have to jump up. You don't have to step up. You can crawl up. You can do it any way that feels comfortable for you, but it's still a movement pattern that should be trained, because we do end up on the ground from time to time and want to be able to get up efficiently off of the ground, even as we age. So keeping ourselves in good postural positions as we're doing that is going to be really important, no matter if we're jumping, stepping, or crawling up. For air squats and any other squatting position that you're going to be doing, you're going to take your feet into a slightly wider than hip width stance, slightly externally rotated toes. You're going to initiate the movement by pushing the hips back, pushing the knees to the outside, dropping just below parallel, and then driving through your heels to get back up to the top. So you're going to be looking something like this, and from the side like this. And what you're going to try and avoid is having your back round as you get down to the bottom. So if you feel like your back is rounding, you're gonna go down to the point where your back stays flat, and then if you feel it start to round, you're just gonna go right back up. So you would just stop yourself in that position. The other thing you can do is push your knees to the outside in order to get yourself into a lower position with a flat back, and push your knees forward. So you start by initiating hips back, hips back, hips back, and then push the knees forward in order to drop yourself down into a lower position. That's totally natural and fine as long as you're pushing your knees to the outside towards your pinky toes. For squat jumps, they're essentially exactly like doing any other squats that we're gonna be doing, but you're gonna be jumping off the ground. So you're gonna start with your feet slightly wider than hip width, slightly externally rotated toes, weight on your heels, toes still gripping the ground. You're going to push your hips back, push your knees to the outside, bend at your knees until you get just below parallel. Hands come out for balance, driving through the heels as you come up, you jump off of the ground. So the movement's just gonna look like this, which is gonna be exactly the same movement pattern, just a little bit more explosive than your regular air squat. That's the workout for today. If you have any questions, let me know. Log your scores and sugar and we'll see you on the next workout.